Welcome to Amakhala in the Eastern Cape, right on the other side of South Africa. My first time showing you gemsbok or oryx, and I'm super excited. We've seen a couple of them, but they haven't hung around long enough for me to show you, and finally we found a herd that is quite relaxed and seems to want to be on camera today. My name is Tess. I'll be taking you out on safari. Behind the camera is Morgan. It is so cold here today. It is beautiful. We've had such intense heat the last few days. And for the first time, it is overcast. There's a bit of a light drizzle coming in, a bit of mist in the distance. And so we're hoping this weather decides to stick around. And I'm sure these gemsbok are feeling exactly the same way. I feel like it's going to be a lucky morning. Chris was talking about statistics. Statistically speaking, on this side, if it's cool and overcast weather, we are more likely to see many more animals. So let's hope that that holds true, because our maximum today is going to be well over 30 degrees Celsius again. I think we're aiming for another 34 or 35 degrees Celsius day later. So we're all crossing our fingers that the overcast weather decides to stick around instead. We could not pass a massive journey of giraffe, and this young male in particular is really close to us and super relaxed. He seems to be more than happy to come closer to us as he's feeding on some lovely sweet thorn. So a really, really big thorn. And they're highly specialized. They've got very tough and flexible lips and that very leathery kind of feel to the tongue. Little ridges on the inside of the lips and the tongue as well. And of course, he produces a lot of very slimy saliva. Sounds gross, but that's what helps him kind of just slide those leaves straight off and leave the thorns behind, because there's not really any nutritional content in thorns, but you also don't really want to chew on them. I think because they tower so high above the sweet thorn, it's something I'm really not used to. Oh, interesting. He's turning away from that female. Definitely a young male. Oh, wow. This is amazing. His knees are even above the lowest level of the sweet thorn.
How cool. Grey hornbills are everywhere. They're not uncommon. They're just really difficult, I feel, to put on camera. They're not as easy as the yellow-billed or the red-billed. They're quite flighty. Yes, I know that birds fly, but you know what I mean.
A golden orb web spider, as you can see, absolutely a stunning female that's right in the center of this web. And you can see all the little food parcels, that's all hanging down in a little string. That's also quite a nice thing to see. So sometimes what they'll do, they'll catch those little insects, and then of course they'll wrap it up with spider webs, and then they'll feed on those insects, and then they'll make these little, I'm going to say food parcels, but like a little string. So once they've finished all these little insects, she'll try and dislodge this entire string from the web itself.
We finally got lucky. They've just been drinking at Twin Dams. We missed that though. So we've just sort of positioned ourselves on Gowrie Main because they're coming this way. Sometimes it's nice to let the animal come to you. Hello everybody. Hello Mama. Very beautiful this morning. Yes, me too. Very beautiful.
So we changed our plan because somebody had a view of the three amigos, the three young male cheetahs that are in a coalition. And they were down in this open plain, and so we're trying to use the gemsbok as an indicator as to where these cheetah might be, because once they disappeared, it was very, very tough to see them again. And so now we're trying our best to at least try and find them. Huh. Oh, there. Well done. Wow. Okay, so that that is impressive. All I can see of it, because I'm quite a bit lower down, is the top of its back. Well spotted, Morgan. Okay, so they are starting to move towards the Oryx. But absolutely, this is wildly exciting. If this is, oh, there they come. If this is your first hunt, I'll be so happy. Because seeing cheetahs hunting is incredibly rare. Thank you, Mel, for sharing that level of excitement. Oh, they're flopping down in the open. What?
Mandy wants to know if the mum or mother hippo would allow other animals to come and drink here. Mandy, in this case, I don't think there'll be any issue because it's a relatively wide pan or waterhole. I assume if there is lions or something, she'll very likely show some irritation with them. As I explained, the hippo will choose to stay in her safe zone, which is the water, deep water. Note how the hippo is demonstrating a bit, and that's just to signal to them, listen, don't come and mess around with me here. You stay right there at the edge of the water. If you come in here, then I will feel threatened. This is my safe zone. Oh, there's old ducker boy. Talking about oxpeckers, there's some yellow-billed oxpeckers on it. Very nice. And this hippo's not. Oh, look at those tusks. Oof. Adam, did you see that, Adam? Adam says loves the interaction between the hippo and the buffalo. This is spectacular. What a way to end the show. Goodness, you see those tusks? I was talking about those lower tusks, and when that hippo opened his mouth, we could clearly see those lower tusks. It's guns. It's weapons. Well, that gives me a plan for this afternoon. So you're going to have to join me this afternoon again. I think I'm going to start off here at the dam. Perhaps we'll have more action like this. It's going to be a hot day. So Odie and I are going to go back now. We're going to have a scrumptious breakfast and rest up a little bit in order to bring you another live adventure into the African bush this afternoon. Keep well. Goodbye, everybody. See you this afternoon.